Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2012 Ford F150. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I am not a mechanic. This is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, this is meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So, we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. And I haven't started this one up yet because one of the things the auction said at the sale, they've really stepped it up since the new owner took over. They've started they do better inspections and disclosing more things. And so one of the things they said misfire on startup. They said cylinder 2 misfire on startup and O2 sensor code. So I wanted to start it up on video so that you can see, hear, feel, whatever, anything that it might do on startup. So we're going to do that. And then they also said tire vibration at highway speeds, and they said possible cam phaser noise, but they said they didn't hear it. Really, in all reality, they also say possible cam phaser noise on every single Ford truck since 2001, even though they didn't have cam phaser noises until like 2004. But they say it because, you know, there's potential that a Ford truck anywhere is going to have a cam phaser problem anywhere. So, all right, I'm going to turn you around, and I don't really have a good place for you to listen to it, but I'll try and let you listen to anything that might be going on. Well, that didn't really sound like much to me. It's kind of like it builds up to this whole big thing, and then there was like nothing. But I don't know. Maybe it did something. Didn't really seem like much to me. But you know, we'll take a look under the motor and all of that too. So here's the truck. You know, it's not horrible as far as Fords go. It still has rust. We've got rust on the cab corners. You got a little bit of rust on the wheel wells. It's still to the point on the wheel wells where it could be fixed now and not get horrible. Cab corners, pretty shot. But tires are probably about 50% in the rear, and probably about the same in the front. So they're pretty decent. Other than that rust, I don't think that's shadow. I think there's a little bit of a ding here, just where it's like a little bit dented in. It could probably just be popped out. It doesn't look like it's super deep. It just looks like maybe another one right here, just kind of where they maybe just kind of ran into something. Doesn't look bad at all. But interior is cloth, normal wear and tear. But other than that, it looks pretty decent. For the most part, it's been vacuumed too, but just in the driver's areas, there's a little bit of foot dust and all of that. In the back end, you don't really have a lot of rust, but you've got this peeling paint stuff. So that's probably something actually to take care of pretty quickly so that it doesn't become rust. Back end is actually in really good condition. It's got that Line-X bed cover, and then it's got that rollaway bed thing. And I know I was pretty sure I had this bed thing down, but I'm not getting it down right now. I know sometimes they're finicky, you know, you push, you pull, you do something. I thought I had that down. There's a possibility I didn't. So tailgate, maybe it goes down, maybe it doesn't. I've driven 800 vehicles in the last 24 hours, and so I could be thinking about another one. So you can play with that when you get here and see if it goes down or not. This side, again, you've got a little bit of rust on your wheel wells, still at the point where it's fixable. Cab corners, you know, they're on their way out. This one's got a little bit of rocker rust on this side, but as far as dings and dents go, this side does not really have any. So they didn't really hit anything on this side. So front end looks pretty decent. Probably missing like a little grill piece down there. Can probably pick something up at a salvage yard if it was really that important. All right, I think they did some gravel road driving because it's definitely a dirty truck under the hood. I'm just gonna bring it back and power wash it. Get some of that dust off there. But it does sound okay. It's got a little bit of a ticking, maybe. Maybe that's just doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it sounds alright. It's not shaking or anything. Like, you know, some vehicles, when they're misfiring, like the entire motor shakes. That one's not doing that, so it looks like it's okay. Okay. Pull myself up here. Alright, we've got 190,000 miles on there. Check engine light. Okay. That's got a linking error because I turned the car off. Let's see. Let's pull my OBD2 codes. Check our windows. Driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Passenger side window works. Passenger side rear window works. And driver's side rear window works. Let's see, let's turn on air conditioning. We're actually kind of in that sweet spot where we can still try air conditioning. And when we're doing that, we'll try and figure out, and this is a Ford too, you should be able to connect your phone to it. I know it's kind of a little bit more difficult to do, but I know it's doable. We used to drive a Ford for a while. Okay, radio works. I know it's got Sirius, and you can connect your phone to it, all of that stuff. Alright, and then we'll try our four-wheel drive. Alright, let's see, air conditioning, let's see. I would say the air conditioning is, I would say that's probably cold. Because it's not super cold out today, and that's cold. So I'm going to say air conditioning works. Now we'll try our heat. And that definitely works. So I'm going to turn that off. We'll try our four-wheel drive. 4x4 shift in progress. 4x4 high. And let's crank the wheel, and 4x4 works. So we're going to go back to 2. So we got four-wheel drive, and let's see. All right, that's a fun one. 8 codes. Let me turn off my flash. See if I can turn that off mid. Get out of the sun here. Let's see what these are. I think it's still the sun or something. Stored codes. Let's see. Okay, so P12, P14 is a camshaft position over timing, or timing system over advanced. Turbocharger super inlet pressure sensor circuit high. I didn't even know that a 3.5 had a turbo, but apparently it does. There's a 12D. You can see what that code means. 13102 sensor circuit. There's your cylinder 2 misfire detected, the 302. 52 cold start A, camshaft position, timing over retarded. 68A, ECM, PCM power relay, de-energized performance too early. I don't know what that means. Internal control module, non-volatile. You know, I don't know what a lot of these mean. Then 14, I think we've seen that one before. So some of those are repeats. Let's see if we've got any pending codes. Same ones. Alright, so now we are going to see what comes back when we go drive it. Alright. There we go. Alright. Now off we go. Buckle up to unmute audio. Okay. Gotta buckle up my seatbelt. Seatbelt alarm works. Okay, so they said possible cam phaser noise, and they didn't hear it probably because of those those codes, the 14, 16 codes. A lot of those are notorious for when you get those 14, 16 codes, is you've either got the cam and crank sensors, or you've got the timing stuff. I didn't think it was as common on the 3.5s as it was on the 5.4s, but we haven't had as many 3.5s either. It seems to be driving well. Hey, there's our right turn signal. It works. And then we'll get over in front of him and we'll check our left turn signal. And it works. And we'll get our cruise on while we're going at a decent speed. Whoop. Better pay attention because the road curves. Alright, we got our cruise on. We're cruising at 55-ish. Cruise works well. And we'll do, let's see, what's our windshield wipers? There's our wipers, and there's our wiper fluid. So our wipers and our wiper fluid also work. Looks like your driver's side wiper is a little bit spotty. Brakes are good and solid. No vibration, no pulling, no grinding, no fun stuff like that. So it seems to be driving pretty decently. I don't feel any misfires. I don't feel anything weird. It's driving like a truck. I don't hear any suspension noise. And it doesn't drive super smooth like, Lincoln or a Cadillac or something, but it doesn't drive super rough either. I don't, I said tire vibration at like highway speeds. I don't necessarily feel that either. So I think feels like a pretty decent truck. I did clear those codes, so pay attention to that when you come in. We'll check the check engine light. We can always check pending codes. We can check, just make sure there's nothing showing up. When we get back on the lot, I'll actually just run the codes and just see if there's anything pending on there, even if it hasn't set a code yet. But it seems to be driving all right. Like, it's got good power. It's driving smooth. It's shifting through all the gears just fine. It's not actively misfiring. They said misfire at startup, and I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. It didn't do anything funny at all. So I don't know, sometimes I think they get it right. Sometimes I think maybe they see things I don't see, or maybe, I don't know, maybe the truck had been sitting for longer than it's been sitting on my lot. I really don't know, but I want you to know what they said, and you can come take a look at it and do your research and see what you see. And I'm going to wash up that engine and get some of that gunk off of there, because I think it's been driven on a gravel road. But I mean, 4-wheel drive works, air conditioning works, heat works, so everything seems to be working the way it should. Yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to message me, call me, come in and visit me, whatever. My cell phone is 309-267-7200. We're gonna go in here one last time before we're done, and just pull pending codes and just see if there's anything. Okay, so we've got a P12 pending. That's the only thing that's come back so far, just after clearing, just from driving. We've got that pending. Okay, so the permanent codes, they stayed on. And I don't know how permanent codes work. I know that they're called permanent for a reason, but I don't know how they work. So, stored codes, we don't have anything stored. They have not, the computer has not told them to set themselves yet. So right now, all we have is P12. So, if you have any questions, there's my phone number. There's my website up there, www.highlifeauto.com. If you have any questions, hit us up. Thanks, guys.